start it here.
Where is it? Oh, there.
It's right here.
Surface area of a regular prism?
We're in a pyramid.
Yeah, right with the pyramid.
Okay, so if we look at the example before the actual surface area formula, let's work it by just finding all of the areas like we did with the net. What is your base shape of this pyramid? It is. It's telling us that it's a square pyramid. How do we find the area of that square? Base times height, so it'd be what? 16 times 16, which is 256. So the bottom of my pyramid has an area of 256. Are all of the triangles around the lateral faces the same? Will that triangle be the same as that triangle, as the back triangle, as that triangle?
What does the P and the L stand
We'll get there.
for?
Relax.
Because I know the B stands for base, right?
No,
It doesn't?
does not. Are the triangles all the same? Yes. Okay, so let's focus just on one of these triangles. The base of that triangle is 16. Do they give us the height? No, they don't give us the slant height, so that means we need to solve for it. Notice inside here, what type of triangle does it create? A right triangle. You are going to be using this Pythagorean theorem left and right today for section 12.3, so get used to it. What is the length of this leg? 8. It's going to be half your base, so that's 8. We know that this is 15, so someone give me a Pythagorean theorem to solve for the slant height. X squared equals 15 squared plus 8 squared. Good. On my calculator, I'm going to do 15 squared plus 8 squared, which is 225 plus 64. 225 plus 64 is 289. Square rooting that gets us 17. So that means my slant height is 17. Which means on this lateral face of this triangle, what's the height of that triangle? 17. How do we find the area of that triangle? 1/2 the base. So half of the base is what? 8 times 17 gets us 136. So if all of the faces are 136, how many faces are there of triangles? How many triangles around? 4. So if we multiply that by 4 and then add that to 256, we get what? You guys took all the good calculators and you're not using them. What are we getting? 800. Good. So we have 800 centimeters squared. So that's one way you can find surface area. Find the area of all the surfaces. Or you can use the formula. You might have already written it down. That's okay. So again, let's refresh ourselves. What does the capital B stand for? Not just the base, the area of the base. What does the P stand for? The perimeter of the base. And whenever we see an italicized L or a cursive L, we're thinking slant height. Okay. So our capital B, our capital P is not changing. It's the same as it was up here for the prism. Means the same thing. You have to figure out what the base is. Most likely it's going to always be a square pyramid. Will make your life easy. So finding the area of square is pretty easy. Finding the perimeter of a square is pretty easy. Then it's just a matter of the slant height. If they give you the slant height, then it's easy. If they give you the normal height, then we need to use some Pythagorean theorem work. All right, we're good? So let's look at this first example. Let's organize our thoughts. I need to find a B, I need to find a P, and I need to find the slant height. Let's start with the easy part. Are they giving me the slant height?
Yes.
Yes, what is it? 10. Good. What's the area of that square base? Area would be base times height, length times width, side times side. It's a square. So 8 times 8, which is going to be 64. Cursive L. How do you find the perimeter of that base? Yep, add up 8 4 times. So 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, or 8 times 4, which is 32. Now we just need to plug it into the formula. So surface area is equal to area of your base times 1/2 perimeter times slant height. I'm just rewriting it over again for my own benefit. So 64. I'll take that, please. Well, why are you holding it down there? Plus 1/2. Perimeter is 32
That is half the base.
times 10.
32 is half of 664, which is so.
Yeah, that won't always be the case, though.
Is it often times the base?
No. All right, so half of 32 is what? 16? 16 times 10 is 160. 160, so we get 224. And my units are centimeters squared. Okay? Surface area. There it be. Now the next one's a little bit harder. Why is it going to be harder? What do they not get us? We don't have the slant height. We need to find the slant height. So again, let's organize our thoughts. Capital B, capital P, slant height. What's the area of that square base?
+40 plus 40 plus
That's perimeter. 40 plus 40 plus 40 plus 40 is perimeter. Area is 40 times 40, so 1,600. 40 times 4 is 160. All right, now we got to do the hard part, slant height.
How do you find it?
Well, what did I say was going to be your best friend today? The Pythagorean theorem. Make a right triangle.
Oh, so you have to find the hypotenuse.
You got to find the hypotenuse. What's this leg length going to be? 20. It's going to be half of that 40. So now let's set up the Pythagorean theorem. 20 squared plus 21 squared equals x squared. So that gets us 400, is that 441? Or am I making that up? So 841. Did I do 21 times 21 right?
Yeah.
Okay. Square rooting that gets us what for an answer? 29, that's nice. So x is equal to 29, so that represents our slant height. All right, plug it into the surface area formula. Tell me what it is, what it's going to be. You guys getting 3,920
Yes.
feet squared. Good. Okay. So pyramids. Hardest thing that you're going to have to do is use the Pythagorean theorem to solve for that slant height. So you need to make sure you understand, are they giving me the height or are they giving me the slant height? All right, so now
Oh, no, not cones.
let's talk cones. Cones are easiest. Cones and cylinders are easiest.
I do love ice cream cones.
So if we think about a cone, again, we have a slant height, which is that red chord, and we have the height of the cone, which is the actual golden rod. The formula is going to stay the same, but now in a cone, your base shape is always going to be what? It's always going to be a circle, right? So what's the formula to find the area of a circle? Just pi r squared, right? To find the area of it. Up here it was 2 pi to the 2. Plus, the perimeter of a circle is called what? Don't write this all out yet because we're going to do some simplifying. Circumference, what's your circumference formula? 2 pi r. What happens when you take half of 2 pi r? You just have 1 pi r, right? And then we're still going to be using the slant height. So for our surface area formula for a cone, please write this down. S is equal to pi r squared plus pi r L.
And the R is the radius.
Yes.
And the L is the length.
The slant height still is the slant height. Do we need to label those? If you
Yes.
feel like you need to, do it. R is radius, L is slant height. So again, you still might need to use the Pythagorean theorem depending on what it is that they give you. What?
Please don't say that I'm not the. Please don't say that I'm the only one who misspells height with an I in
I don't know.
E.
Maybe you are, maybe you're not. All right, so let's do this last example together. Do they give you the radius?
Yes.
What is it?
6.
Do they give you the slant height? No, they give you the normal height. So that means we need to use the Pythagorean theorem to solve for x. Give me an equation.
X squared equals 6. X squared equals 8 squared.
Good, 6 squared plus 8 squared. So we get 36 plus 64 is 100. So it's going to be what? 10. Good. So your slant height is going to be 10. All right, so now...
Isn't it A squared equals C squared?
Huh? No, your hypotenuse is always by itself. So plugging it in, S is equal to pi times your radius squared plus pi times your radius times your slant height. And it's just a matter of doing some calculator work. What'd you get? 301.6, so we'll go with it. Like that.
3 seconds.
Yep, that's what I got too. Okay. Questions with any of that? So you need to decide whether you're using the Pythagorean theorem or not. Once you have that written down, I want you to grab yourself a practice space. We're going to try these out and make sure we're good to go.